Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your college basketball. We're kicking off college basketball today. I'll move in a little closer. Yes, we're kicking off college hoops today. Friday action, the 7th of November. We're going to have 4 plays for you, 2 from each of us. And of course, if you want to get in on our top plays, we're not going to have a ton of top plays early, FYI, in college hoops. But we've got same huge plays for the weekend for our football. And we've got a deal for you. You can get both of our football plays instead of $99 each. We made it easy. You get $90 for both of us. Go to this link, docsports.com/Craig Arun. 2 8-unit plays today. Rare that we either one have one. We both have one. I have one in college football for Saturday. IC has one in the NFL for Sunday. Plus, there's 12 other plays in the pass. So make sure you get in on that. Go to this link. Also, don't forget, if you want to get in on extra plays, like more college basketball plays, get on our YouTube premium levels, 1, 2, or 3. Click the link to get in. It is a heck of a deal. For just $50 a month, you get all 3 levels, over $3,000 in picks per month. All right, college hoops. Let's kick us off. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Georgetown and Maryland. Good matchup. These are rivals for people that aren't aware. These two are like basically right beside each other, and they do not like each other. This goes way back. It's Maryland favored by 8, total of 147. What do you like here?
All right, Patrick Ewing left Georgetown, and Ed Cooley's now his 3rd year. So you have a Georgetown team that just beat Morgan State 87-70, right? It wasn't overly impressive. Maryland, of course, now has Buzz Williams. Kevin Willard left Maryland over to go to Villanova, who started the year 0-1 already. They thought that Kevin Willard, obviously he's left now. So you have Buzz Williams here, who comes off a big win against Coppin State, 83-61. Not a particularly great game, but it's going to take a while for Buzz to get with his young guys. But he's got so many young guys too, with Adams and Mills and others. So I think what happens here, if you take a look at the total too, it sits at 147 as well. I think this game probably goes under. I think Buzz will get this guys up for a much better defensive effort. Maryland's not going to score 83 points like they did against Coppin State, downside of 300. The only thing that makes sense under in this contest. Tulsa, Rhode Island, right? Okay, so I think you feel like you have an edge there. So Tulsa is a 3-point dog to Rhode Island, right? Tulsa winning 77-71, but that was back in 2021. What do you like in this contest? What I can tell you about a couple things that I can tell you here is that Tulsa is led by Coach Eric Konkol, right? They come off a win against a Division II school. Rhode Island is coached by Archie Miller, who's been there for 4 straight years now. Took a 9-win team, 18 wins. Who do you like here?
I really like Archie Miller. A lot of people give a lot more credit to his brother, his big brother, I think, right? Sean Miller. He's been a little bit early, and he's been very good, to be very honest. But these guys both have just coaching chops. They just, their dad was in, like basketball, and these guys are just grinders. I can't believe Rhode Island's not bigger favorites. It almost worries me. Kept looking like somebody injured for Rhode Island here. What's going on? I couldn't find anything. I'm taking Rhode Island minus the small favorite here. I see 2.5s out there. I see some 3s and see some 3.5. So make sure you search this around. I think Coach Hurley has them ready to go. I think it's going to be a big year for Rhode Island. I think Rhode Island is going to be one of those teams that's fighting to win their conference tournament, which is the only way they get into the NCAA tournament, FYI. All right, next game, Kansas and North Carolina, the game of the night. I thought this would be a neutral site game because usually when we see these early season games, it's a neutral site game, but it is not. It's at Chapel Hill. What do you like here? Do you think North Carolina? I mean, I will say this. Hubert Davis, he's kind of on the hot seat a little bit. He's favored by 1.5 here, total 156.5. North Carolina is not just good enough to get in the tournament. You got to be, threatened to be good, and he's not been lately. What do you like?
Kansas has a lot of good talent coming back. I mean, they picked up Bedunga. They have Rosario. They have, Peterson as well. They opened the year, and Bill Self, it's just remarkable, man. He's been there since, 2004. He came over from Illinois, and he's been there for 22 years, which is just incredible. They come off a great win against Green Bay, winning 94-51. They lost in the opening round to Arkansas, so, of course, they were pissed off coming in. And then you face a North Carolina team with Hubert Davis that beat Central Arkansas 94-54. But, yeah, I agree with you. He's on the hot seat. They didn't make it as 11th seed. They did beat San Diego State in the tournament, but then they turned around and lost to Ole Miss, which is a bad loss. I think what happens here, and keep in mind that you have UNC as a minus 1.5 point favorite on a total of 156.5. The game is slated to possibly, people like the under in this game. But head to head, Kansas beat this team 92-89. What if I told you that UNC has never beaten Kansas since 2008. They played them 5 times. They've lost them every single time as well. So, I mean, when you put that in effect, you should ask yourself, why is Kansas? I mean, Kansas beat them last year, right? And that game went way over to 160. If you look at the college basketball top 25 rankings, I think you will see Kansas slated in the to 19th spot, right? And North Carolina slated in the 25th spot. So these are not really top 20 teams either. I think what happens here is UNC, just because there's so much on the hot seat, they do have revenge from last year. I think it sort of makes sense here to back UNC. I mean, it's a very timid back by me for UNC. It makes me a little nervous, but I got to tell you, they have 3 juniors and a senior there in that lineup, and I think that's going to make a difference. I'm going to back UNC.
FYI, before we get to the next team, Peterson from Kansas, that's the freshman to watch. He has a chance to be the number 1 pick in this year's draft. I mean, he is super talented. Obviously, first big game on the road. We'll see how he reacts. That'll be the determinant of this game, FYI.
How's it? Sign up for our free $60 of the premium selections, which is docsports.com/ICCT. You get free $60 of the premium selections so you can try us out. It's the best way to kind of thank us for all the hard work that we do, along with liking and subscribing and joining on YouTube Premium.
Notre Dame game, right? So, look, a couple things about this game. Detroit comes in as a 21-point dog. Notre Dame haven't played them since 2020. Detroit opened the year with a loss to UIC, Illinois Chicago, by 20. Notre Dame opened the year by winning, covering that 89, winning 89-67 in their contest. Bear in mind here that you have a Notre Dame team, of course, that's now led by Micah Strawberry, who's in his 3rd year. Took a 13-win team, 15 wins last year, 1-0 out of the gates this year. Detroit Mercy, of course, coming in led by Mark Montgomery in his 2nd year there. What do you like here?
This is a good Notre Dame team. Like, I mean, they're really good. Shrewsbury's got his son on the team. Like this is a good team that I think quietly, like the ACC is not good this year. FYI, they weren't good last year. I think there's last year Louisville was a big surprise team. I think Notre Dame could be, maybe not to that extent where they end up being like a top 4 or 5 seed, but I think they could threaten to where they're the top 4 team in the conference. And they played, now that these guys scrimmage real teams, they scrimmage Butler. My stepson goes to Butler and said, man, that Notre Dame team's pretty daggone good. Detroit lost to UIC by more than this. So I think the Notre Dame will have no trouble covering this big number. I do think Notre Dame does cover. That's the only way I can see this game going. All right, so those are 4 plays for today. Now, we'll be back with more college basketball plays throughout the season. But right now, we're finishing up football season. And this weekend is a big one. 2 8-unit games of the year, 1 in college football for me on Saturday, 1 for IC on Sunday in the NFL. You can get them both, plus the other 12 plays. So a total of 14 plays. And our first plays on Friday night. So you're going to end up with plays Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday between the 2 of us. Just $99 at this link. So make sure
you got to jump on YouTube Premium, man, because if you really want a lot of games, you get an extra video from me every single day for $20 a month, and you get 150 extra selections. With Lenny, and you get Lenny for free. With Craig, you get 3 extra premium selections worth $90 all for a day, with $27 a month for $50 a month, and you get me for free. If you're really looking for the edge, you got to get on level 2 or level 3. That truly gives you the edge.
It's all the extra plays that, like, we just miss our card. We handicap a ton of these games. A lot of them end up in the videos here. But as far as our cards, who goes out to our premium customers, it's all the plays that are just fall short of making the final cut. So make sure you get on. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll see you again next time. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button.